Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to Today in Bitcoin. Today is October the 1st, 2017. Golden hold, strong hand, long-term thinking, buy and hold, people. All right, I am going to leave Baltimore tomorrow. There'll be one video tomorrow afternoon, hopefully. You're looking at a photo I took when I was out one night in Baltimore. This is actually a real sign you see when you walk into the Crown on the bottom floor. So I guess they're worried about those Antifa people around the way, or anyone who dresses in this provocative style. But that is real. That's a picture taken by Adam Meister. But I will soon be out of this area, and yeah, I'll keep everyone updated. I'll be in Iceland on in Reykjavik for just 12 hours walking around. If anyone's there and you see me, say hi. That'll be on Tuesday. I'll be there, and then I'll be in Spain on Wednesday, and I'll be there for 2 weeks near Alicante, and I will keep everyone updated about that. So my notes are rough today. I'm just going to try to get through this. I'll be jumping all around the place. Remember, check me out at Twitter at TechBalt. A lot of people have been checking out TechBalt and Twitter with me. It's been a lot of fun. I tweet out stuff all day long, and well, not all day long, but you'll get the point. Just check it out. It's entertainment, and we'll get into some of those tweets that I retweeted really soon. And yeah, I was right about crypto dividends, man. This stuff is fun, and this stuff is kind of altering the way people think about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, and altering the way that some businesses are going to have to do business, specifically third-party entities that hold Bitcoin for you. And we're going to get into that very soon. So I mean, it's been a crazy few weeks since I came up with that term. And I mean, I don't know. There's some people who are just like, they're kind of down on this stuff. How can you be down on getting free coins? I mean, if they're safe and, you know, if they're not booby trapped or anything like that, then how can you? I don't know. I don't understand some people's mentality. Like, I guess they just don't like when good things happen to them. Hey, man. So where are we here? Oh, God. Yeah, so one thing I wanted to mention is that a Japan ledger tweeted out this reminder that Bitflyer, Japan's #1 Bitcoin exchange, is coming to the US in the fall. I linked to that tweet, and I also linked to that announcement, which is old now. I think I've actually talked about it before, but now it is the fall. And I'm still getting a lot of people who complain about Coinbase. So you can go to that Bitflyer site, sign up for their waiting list, and I guess they will update you when they come to America, this huge Japanese exchange. And, you know, the more the merrier here in the United States, because people are frustrated with Coinbase. People say it's hard to get on Gemini. So maybe this will be a legitimate third option for people who want to use dollars to in the United States to buy Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, yeah, there's a Bitcoin.com, which is like the Pravda of the of King of the Trolls, maybe the Bcash Pravda, whatever you want to say it is. They actually have a hit piece out there about Bgold. I linked to it below. And if the people behind Bcash are hitting down on Bgold, that's a good sign, I think. Judge for yourself. You can read the article below. We've got a tweet out. Oh, this is a very interesting thing, and I meant to put it in the title. This Coin Reserve, a Twitter guy, says, when dollar cost average buying into BTC, Wednesday and Friday are the best days to purchase. Stay focused, stay consistent, and grow wealth, and grow your wealth. And he shows a chart where he, I guess, proves this. Well, he shows a chart that shows this. Nothing proven, but it's funny. He says the best days to buy or Wednesday and Friday. And wow, Friday, FUD Fridays. So that's a benefit of FUD Friday right there. Price goes down, you buy. Cost average buying there, people. Dollar cost average buying. Thank you for that tweet. It's linked to below. So there's something called XBG that's out there on this exchange called CSEX and is actually listed on CoinMarketCap, and it's been getting a lot of action. And it's been around for a few months. And it's called BTC Gold. And I think CSEX is trying to make it out to be Bgold. And it's not. And people are buying it. Like there was on CSEX, if you can believe CSEX, I mean, I would not go to that exchange at all. You can like Google it and say that people say they get their money stolen from there all the time. But if you believe CSEX is like the #2 cryptocurrency in volume traded on there now. So XBG is not Bgold. There is your public service announcement. There is no Bgold yet. It doesn't exist till the 25th of October. So yeah, be careful. Don't buy these things. And yeah, CoinMarketCap lists like everything. All right. They list straight up scams. So CoinMarketCap can be a useful tool for certain things, but be careful, people. Be careful. All right. There's actually a Bgold poll out there trying to predict how much it's going to be worth. I just linked to it below. I think the poll expires very soon. You can vote in it. I won't tell you the results now because I don't want to influence anyone, and this guy's trying to do a legitimate poll. Good luck. Yeah, the Bitcore. I got all my Bitcore that I'm entitled to. It was really easy. I thought it was easy with my Trezor. At least it was easy. So yeah, there was nothing to it. And you know what? If you're a veteran, if you're used to, because I don't want to make it seem too, because there's some people that aren't going to be able to do it, and I don't want to. I know everyone's got a different skill level, but I had a good time doing it, and well, whatever, it's worth $5 each. Do what you're going to do with it. Hold it, sell it, pound that like button. I haven't said that yet this video. Oh yeah, the shirt says it, right? Pound that like button. So I forgot to link to this below, but Jimmy Song on the Bitcoin group show on Friday, I told everyone to watch that, even though I hadn't watched it yet. And so I did watch it, and they do talk about crypto dividends. They talk about these forks, and they talk about Bgold actually, and it was a good conversation. Jimmy was just like, bring on all the forks, bring them on. And that's why I say the same thing, man. It hasn't hurt Bitcoin. It's a crypto dividend. I mean, I don't know, do what you're going to do, people. If you want to start an altcoin that way, be my guest. It benefits holders. It's awesome. And watch the video. Jimmy does a good job there. And what is this that I'm saying here? It's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see. One thing that Jimmy pointed out, that overnight, Bcash, whether you hate it or you like it or whatever, they create this altcoin with some marketing overnight. It was the #3 cryptocurrency on earth by market cap. Just like that. It came from nowhere. So it will be interesting with the other ones where they rank. Bgold. It'll be interesting to see if the Ethereum actually has this community activated hard fork, Ethereum 3, whatever you want to call it. If that actually comes into existence, where is that going to rank? Is that going to be in the top 10 also out of the blue? I mean, this is really a test case. I mean, both of them they're going to inspire a lot of other people to try to do this, try to start altcoins this way. So check that out. Okay. Also in the news, there have been a couple different news sources, and this is so funny. A friend of mine, and I've mentioned this friend before, who doesn't buy Bitcoin. He stays on the sideline, but he keeps updating me about Bitcoin when he hears about things, which is unfortunate. There's like a segment of our population who are kind of just like following it as a sport, and they're too scared to get into it, which is really unfortunate because like this guy has been following. I mean, I've been talking about it with this guy since it's been at least $700. But so he gets pleasure in it going up. he's not a troll or anything. It's just the opposite. So he sends me an article, also from the Bcash Pravda, coincidentally, about how in Zimbabwe Bitcoin is selling for a premium. And all of the articles that have been coming out about Zimbabwe selling Bitcoin for a premium, they mentioned the exchange there, Bitcoin Fundy, whatever it is called, that Tawanda Kembo is in charge of. Tawanda, who has been on this channel numerous times, who has talked about the premium that Bitcoin sells at Zimbabwe, who actually talks about every single thing that all of these articles talk about. They're always like, we've heard that. Like, I don't understand why they just don't contact Tawanda and have a legitimate interview with the guy who will give them on the ground information. The other reason I bring this up, is that I'm really proud to have actually basically done all of these stories before on this channel just by having Tawanda on as a guest. And, actually when I met him in Zimbabwe, I mean, it's the same story, and that's like almost a year ago now. So all of this is out there. People just choose not to cover it. I've chosen to cover it, but even when they cover it, they can't just like email the dude who's in charge of the exchange or do a little research where you find him on a channel talking about this stuff. So yeah, if you want Zimbabwe Bitcoin information, come to the channel, look at the archives, or email Tawanda. It's easy. Someone just the other day asked me, hey, what is Tawanda's email? I want to email him. And I gave it to them. It was that simple. And I haven't heard back from that guy yet, but I hope they had a good conversation. So pound that like button. And what else? We can all talk about crypto dividends. We were joking about Dogecoin on the show, on the This Week in Bitcoin show. Link to below, I believe, or just check out the archives. And the funny thing is, I was thinking about, I mean, Dogecoin is not a top tier altcoin, but if someone wanted to do a crypto dividend of that, and if they did all the marketing, because we've seen how far these gimmicks and marketing can take someone. I mean, a crypto dividend of Dogecoin might actually overtake Dogecoin. I don't know, a different, just the way people pile into these things. So if you're a holder of Dogecoin, and I've told people out there, you should experiment with this and try to friendly fork Dogecoin, see what happens. What the heck? What's the harm, man? What's the harm? This is funny. So we've entered, and if you listen to Jimmy's song, I mean, he says that, this is a whole new realm of cryptocurrency. These friendly forks or whatever you want to call them. And something that interests me, and I mentioned this before, and I mean, when I introduced the concept of a crypto dividend, I said that all sorts of businesses and issues were going to creep up from this new way of looking at cryptocurrency. And something that we've found, Coinbase holds people's Bitcoin for them. And some people like that. I don't advise people to do that, but a lot of people rely on third parties to hold their Bitcoin. And so now these crypto dividends are being formed, and these entities have to figure out how are they going to distribute this stuff. Are they going to give out these? What defines a legitimate crypto dividend? How big does it have to be? Because the Bcash thing, people still want their Bcash from Coinbase, and Coinbase is delaying it until the first of the year, maybe. So are people going to be able to sue because of a delay? I do know that people probably are going to be able to sue if they never get certain crypto dividends here. So is this going to make third-party holders create a whole new legal framework that people are going to have to sign before they put their stuff there? Or is this going to put some third parties out of business because of lawsuits? Or are third parties not going to even want to be third parties anymore because this is just too much of a pain in the butt, figuring out these types of situations? I mean, I'm sure one of the things they're going to have to do is change the sign up procedure. Like when you sign up for these things, maybe you're going to have to say, I understand that I am getting no crypto dividends from when if I hold my Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency here, that I'm entitled to none of it. I'm giving up that right. So be careful, people. Again, another reason to control your private key is that you're never going to have to sue anybody to get your crypto dividend. You're never going to have to get in a class action suit. And I don't like suing. First of all, I don't want anybody to sue anyone here, but I can see, I mean, I think everyone out there can see why someone would feel like, well, wait a second, I should be getting my crypto dividend. You know, it is my Bitcoin, even though it really isn't your Bitcoin because they're controlling your private key. But you, again, we could argue about it all day, but there we go. So what does using Bitcoin really mean? So I bring this up because Tone Vase and some other people have talked about how apparently there's not a lot of Bitcoin transactions. The mempool is empty at times, and that, you know, Tone does worry. He does worry about things, and he's worried that there could be a big price drop. He made one interesting comparison to the situation of how the price kept going up recently, just like how the price kept going up because of the Willy bot in the Mt. Gox days, and that we could have a big realization now that the mempool is empty, so the price will drop. Well, the price has been going up in Bitcoin despite a bunch of FUD, okay? And back then, the price was going up. The Willy bot was creating euphoria, was unnaturally making the price of Bitcoin on Mt. Gox very high, over $1,000. So it's an apples and oranges type of situation here. But at the same time, ignoring that comparison, what does using Bitcoin, you know, he's saying no one's using Bitcoin, so people are going to find out that no one's using Bitcoin, and that's going to be a bad thing. And the price is going to drop because people are going to realize this. And I argue that people are using Bitcoin, and that they might be not using it. If you moved $1 million once, that's a really big use of Bitcoin there, okay? And to go to these smaller countries like Venezuela, like Zimbabwe, that are undergoing economic hardships, and there are not that many people that are using Bitcoin compared to the amount of people in the United States that have Bitcoin. But the people who are moving it around there, they are the backbone for Bitcoin, okay? They need to move it around. They need to get their value out of their country. They're in desperate situations. They're not going away or panicking for any reason because the mempool is empty or I mean, so they might not make many transactions down in these smaller countries, but when they make a transaction, it's huge for them. It is like life and death type of things. So that is not going away. That's a really important backbone that's going to be backing up the price of Bitcoin. I mean, they're going to be, and so all of these little countries and all of their problems, they add up. All of these people that need it. And again, there's a liquidity problem in Zimbabwe. There are so many people who want it who cannot get it. And so one thing I think that might change Tone's mind and a lot of people's mind is if you visit Africa and you really get a different appreciation of why this Bitcoin thing is here to stay. And that some of the things that we worry about in the Western world that make us paranoid that the price might drop. And if the price drops, it's no big deal because in 2020 anyway, it's going to be worth more. I mean, just be a long-term holder and you don't need to worry about any of this. But I'm bringing up a specific, you know, he's been mentioning this and he says he's been getting a bad feedback and stuff. I'm giving him constructive feedback right here. And Tone actually wants to visit Africa. I have personally talked to him about this before, and I really hope that he can at least visit South Africa very soon. I think if anyone's in there, you should hire him and to come to your country and speak, to have a conference down, you know, the conference that goes on there every year. He should be the speaker. He's probably more affordable than hiring Andreas. They hired Andreas. So, but what else did I want to say here? I've got all these piece of paper written notes here. Yes, and something that I was reminded of, it's unconfiscatable wealth. That is what Jorge in Argentina told us on a past show. And you've got to remember that. So many of these countries have been through situations where their wealth gets confiscated. All cryptocurrencies are unconfiscatable wealth. Well, most are. So these people need these cryptocurrencies, not just Bitcoin. So I wouldn't be too worried that not many people are supposedly using Bitcoin, because these people, they're using Bitcoin to store their wealth, to make sure their wealth is not is not confiscated, to make sure to send it to their brother because they can't get cash out of their country. Their banks, they're avoiding the capital controls. It's being used. And again, if you go to these countries, and Tone mentioned he wanted to go to Venezuela. Maybe he'll change his mind once he goes to Venezuela. Hopefully he'll meet our friends that come on this channel on This Week in Bitcoin and everything. All right. Is that all right? I'm talking about, yeah. So, and people are already using, even in our country here in the United States, Canada, where I'm about to go, people are using Bitcoin as their own private bank. That's using Bitcoin. And again, I'm not going to say people are using, I believe also you're using it by just holding it, okay? But I'm trying to elaborate on that a little bit here and just give some just ways of opening your mind. If you don't believe people are using Bitcoin, maybe now you'll better understand what using Bitcoin really is in my mind and in other people's mind if you take into account on the ground situations. And I'm not even talking about golden holders here. Again, I'm talking about people who need it, who are desperate for it, and they do exist. All right, so I talked about, oh, so again, going back to Bgold real quick. That is the next big crypto dividend. And so that is going to be a test case for Coinbase. It has, I mean, again, it is all over the social media news here. People are already FUDing it and creating fake Bgold, as I mentioned before. And so obviously Coinbase this is going to be a legitimate question for Coinbase. So this is going to set a standard here. If they say, okay, you can get that on January 1st also, there's just going to be a flood of them coming out after that. Now, if they say they aren't going to do Bgold at all, then they're going to get sued probably. So that's going to open up another realm. And I'd rather we not get into I'd rather these third parties start to really learn about that they're on the precipice here of a revolution here, of a crypto dividend revolution. They're going to have to deal with this. They're going to have to create actionable plans here of how to handle this stuff, because it isn't going away, and they're probably not going to want to be sued, because where there's a suing opportunity, you guys know there's always a lawyer who's going to jump on it. So to each their own. Anyway, that's it for today. Pound that like button, everybody. There's going to be an afternoon show tomorrow, hopefully before I leave. I'm in a rush already now. I got to pack still, but I am looking forward to going to Europe. And then I'll be in Israel, obviously, after a little over 2 weeks from now. So that's going to be a lot of fun also. So I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. I hope I covered everything I was supposed to. Remember to subscribe to this channel. Bang that bell button if you're already subscribed. Pound that like button. And check out the notes section below and get a Trezor and all that awesome stuff. This is better than storing at Coinbase or waiting for that Japanese exchange to come to the United States. See you later. I'll see you in the chat. Bye.